Hello everybody. Today in this class we will discuss the op-amp. We will start with an op-amp. We will study the introduction part of op-amp, the input building blocks of op-amp, internal diagram and its characteristics. If we talk about the op-amp, this is the block diagram of op-amp. First is input stage. Second is differential amplifier or intermediate stage. Third is level shifter, and the fourth is output stage. In input stage, we apply the voltage for any signal. In general, op-amps are used for amplification, but there are also multiple purposes that we can do with an op-amp. Input stage is generally used to couple the signal to the differential amplifier or the intermediate state. It is mainly used for acquiring the input data and transferring it to the differential amplifier. Now in the second stage, that is differential amplifier, this stage can be used single unit, can be multiple unit depending upon the requirement of the gain. It means we have one differential amplifier here. If required, we can add one more differential amplifier, then one more. So there are nth number of differential amplifier can be used in op-amp, but all are of the same type. So I am representing all differential amplifier in a single block. Now, what is the circuit? What is the circuit of differential amplifier? Now, let me go back to the next slide. This is the circuit of differential amplifier. This is one transistor. We can say Q1. This is, let me write it here. This is Q1. This transistor is Q2. So we have two transistors Q1 and Q2, two collector resistors RC, two emitter resistor RE, and in general, as we know, op-amp is a two input device. It means it has two input terminal. It is a differential input. What do you mean by differential input? That I'll explain in next slides. In general, I can say what is differential input? Differential input means the input to the circuit is the difference of the two terminal. Input to the circuit is the difference of the two terminal. It means this is one terminal, this is second terminal. Therefore, this is second terminal. Therefore, the difference between the base terminal of Q1 and the base terminal of Q2, is the incoming input signal. That is differential input. And these two terminals, the same diagram I have made it here. I have also represented here. V1 is the input, V2 is another input, and output is V0. It is measured from the collector side of both the transistor. V1 is one input to the transistor, V2 is another input to the transistor, and V0 is the output. So V0 is given by A is gain of the amplifier, V1 minus V2. V1 minus V2 times A equals to V0. That is output. So output of the op-amp is gain multiplied with the difference of the input. Now, if we talk about the biasing here, I can see there are two resistors RE1, RE2. I have named it. These two are in parallel. We can see in this diagram RE1 and RE2 are in parallel. So I have represented here with a single resistor RE and one IE current. So I represented two IE current going in this direction. You could have also taken IE1, IE2 and IE only. It is just for the representation purpose. In general, if we talk about a Q1 and Q2 transistor, ideally these transistors are matched. Matched means they are identical. They have same beta. They have same input impedance. They are identical transistors, and they are biased with the same identical resistors. So these are called matched transistor. So if we talk about if we have to calculate what is IE current, so I can say twice IE is VBE minus VEE. We can say this voltage then this voltage, because I have used twice IE. In general, VBE can be written as VB minus VE. In general, what I want to conclude is IE is inversely proportional to 1 by RE. IE is inversely proportional to RE. Means it is inversely proportional to the emitter resistor. This point we have to remember. I will use its reason why we need to remember this point in when we discuss further. So as of now, we can conclude that emitter current is nearly equal to the collector current, because IE is equal to IC plus IB, and if we have high beta, IE is nearly equal to IC. So I can also say bias current is IC, is proportional to 1 upon RE. Now, this differential amplifier is used in a different way. Suppose I connect one source at the base of one side and connect ground to the other. Then it is called single input balanced output. Balanced output means it is taking output from the difference of the collectors. Balanced output means we are taking outputs with the difference of the collectors. So in this type, this is called single input balanced output. Now these are the different form of circuit. In op-amp, generally balanced input and balanced output configurations being taken. But however, in different type of question, you may be asked this type of circuit. So you have to identify whether what type of circuit it is. So it is single input balanced output. For this, voltage gain is RC upon RE, where small RE, I have not mentioned it here. Let me read. Small RE is resistance. So resistance has to be voltage divided by some current. So it is VT, that is thermal equivalent, divided by IE. So RE is defined by VT upon RE. Its input resistance is 2 beta AC RE and output resistance RC. Similarly, this is a single input unbalanced output. What does mean? We are taking output only from one collector. One collector is ground, and we are taking one collector we are not using. Only we are taking one output. And for this, voltage gain, input impedance, and output impedance are given. Another is dual input balanced output. This is the circuit that we use for op-amp. So for op-amp purpose, we use dual input balanced output. And one more is dual input balanced output circuit, unbalanced output. So now remember, I have already told you that CMRR, sorry, let me correct myself. The bias current IC is inversely proportional to the resistance. Bias current is inversely proportional to the resistance. There is one more term called as CMRR. CMRR. What is CMRR? CMRR is common mode rejection ratio. What is CMRR? CMRR is common mode rejection ratio. What do you mean by CMRR? That I will describe later. There is a term called CMRR. CMRR is proportional to RE. We had observed that bias current was inversely proportional to RE. Now CMRR is proportional to RE. For any op-amp, we want CMRR to be as high as possible. I'll describe CMRR in detail in later slides, but right now just assume CMRR is a property of an op-amp, and for any op-amp, CMRR needs to be high. So CMRR needs to be high. If we increase, so we need to increase RE. If we are increasing RE, if suppose I am increasing RE, that means the bias current will decrease, because IC or IE was inversely proportional to RE. So my bias current will decrease, which I cannot allow. So I have a situation where I need a constant bias current, and if possible, then infinite resistance or high resistance. So what we can do, we can replace the RE resistor by a current source. Means if we can replace this by a current source has a constant current, and at the same time it has very high impedance. So if we reduce that, we can able to simplify our problem. So let's go back to that. So this is the current mirror circuit. This is called current mirror circuit. This is IC2. it will be the RE will be replaced from here. This point, this point will be connected at the place where RE is moved. This is one circuit. Now in this circuit again, these Q1 and Q2 are matched transistor. Matched transmitter means they are identical transistor. And if we talk about the Q1 is short from base to collector. From base to collector it is short. So if in other words it is behaving like a diode. It is behaving like a diode. This part is short, so this is NPN transistor. This is NPN. This PN is behaves like a diode, and this will become short circuit. So I can say if this is my I reference current is nothing but IC1 plus IB. This is my equation. IC1 plus IB. IB can be represented as IB1 plus IB2. So IB is nothing but IB1 plus IB2. So I reference is equals to IC1 plus IB1 plus IB2. Now, since these are matched transistor, so matched transistor means if IC1 is the current, the same current will be going through the Q2 transistor. So I am replacing IC1 with IC2. IB1 can be replaced as IC1 by beta, and in turn IC1 can be replaced by IC2. So similarly IB2 is IC2 by beta. So I can write it as IC2 plus IC2 by beta plus IC2 by beta. So effectively I am writing is IC2, I am taking IC2 common here. So then it becomes 1 plus 2 by beta. Now if suppose beta is much and much greater than 1, then I reference equals to IC2, because this will reduce and it will become 1. So this CMRR is used for this current circuit is used for as a replacement, and this I reference can be calculated as VCC minus VBE1, this voltage divided by R. With this I'll conclude this video. In next video I'll describe the remaining properties of op-amp.